If Iron Gwazi is on your must-ride list, you need to know this before you get in line. Because as of December 11th, 2025, Busch Gardens Tampa has rolled out a brand new loose article policy, and yes, it can cost you money. There is now a metal detector you must pass through in order to ride Iron Gwazi. That means no loose articles of any kind are allowed on the ride. This includes phones, keys, wallets, bags, including fanny packs, and any other loose items. Unfortunately, it does not matter if you have zipper pockets. All loose articles must be either placed in a locker or handed off to a member of your party. Why is this happening? This change is mainly due to multiple reports of riders being struck by loose objects, most commonly phones, while the ride was in operation. Back in October, the park attempted to roll out metal detectors, but quickly realized there was not enough lockers to support it. Fast forward nearly 2 months later, the new lockers have been installed and the metal detector officially went live. So what should you expect when you enter Iron Gwazi? First of all, if you have any loose items, which more than likely you will, they will need to go into a locker. A single-use locker costs $4 up to 2 hours, while an all-day locker is $12. If you're visiting with others who are not riding, you can hand your items off to them and avoid using a locker. However, if you're visiting solo, you will need to use a locker. This especially impacts locals who visit the park frequently. That means every time I want to get a quick ride in, I'll have to pay $4. And if you visit on a near daily basis, that cost adds up quickly. There are a few exceptions to this policy. Glasses are allowed provided you have a strap. Hats are also allowed, although ride-ops may ask you to hold on to them. Most importantly, as of now, action cameras are still allowed under park policy as long as they are properly secured. All right, it looks like I can come in with the camera after all. They just want to make sure, if you do, make sure it's secured to your arm, your wrist, or your chest. So yes, you can still bring your GoPro on Iron Gwazi. What about Quick Queue? If you purchase Quick Queue for the day, you'll be giving a Quick Queue lanyard which you will hand to an ambassador later in the queue. So what was my experience with the new policy? So as far as guest attitudes, I didn't really see anyone opposing this new loose article policy. I saw one of the two things. I saw people either putting stuff in a locker, or I saw people giving their loose items to someone that wasn't riding. So it seems like the guests for the most part are complying with the new policy with no issues. All right, let's talk about dispatch times. I think with this change, the dispatch times have definitely improved. One thing I noticed, anytime that Iron Gwazi would make it to the second set of brakes, the Iron Gwazi in the station is about to leave or is already leaving. I can tell that the dispatch times are much better. Unfortunately, the screen where it shows the time wasn't working, so I couldn't really give a good timing on the dispatch times, and considering I did not have my phone, I couldn't really time the dispatches. But from what I saw, dispatch times definitely improved. I mean, they wasn't the best because this is still an RMC coaster, and RMCs just in general, they just take a long time to dispatch considering how you have to do them. But the times, I think overall has definitely improved. My overall takeaway from this situation, I'm really not a fan of how this was implemented. I thought they did this a little too fast. I feel like they didn't really think about, okay, you're pretty much making people forced to get a locker. A lot of parks in Florida that do have a metal detector policy has free lockers in place. So hopefully in the future, Busch Gardens Tampa will somehow implement that for Iron Gwazi. It kind of sucks that Iron Gwazi is kind of now an upcharge, but at the same time, from a safety and an efficiency standpoint, this is definitely a positive change. But I still hope that Busch Gardens will implement some free locker system in the future. So if you're going to ride Iron Gwazi in the future, let me know what you think about this new loose article policy. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think that they could have done something better? Let me know all that in the comments below, and until next time.